welcome to Kansas City Stars Hockey in tonight's Mid-America High School Hockey League varsity game between the Kansas City Stars and the Springfield Spirit. Good evening, everyone. My name is Plamondon. Well, the Stars come into this game as the number 2 seed. They'll be facing a Springfield team, the number 7 team, a very young team. If the Stars have beaten the 4 previous times they played, but you know, anything can happen in a single elimination tournament. I'll talk about that in just a moment. Winner of this game will play the Kansas City Knights tomorrow in the semifinal game. The Knights a winner over the Saints earlier today by a score of 4-1. Also earlier today, the Wichita Junior Thunder beat the Mid-Missouri Tigers by a score of 6-3, and they will play the winner of the game between Northwest Arkansas and Rockhurst, which will be played right after this one. As I mentioned, Springfield, a young team, but they've got some good players on this team, and a team that you're going to really have to watch out for the next couple of years as these kids get bigger and faster and stronger. Guys, I want to watch in this game. Logan Landwehr, he's a defenseman, but he can really move the puck. He skates well, gets through the forecheckers really well, and can skate it end-to-end. Caden Cartwright in this game, he has 8 points. Jackson Crozer, leading scorer with 12 points. Ethan Albaugh, a defenseman for the Spirit, he comes into this game with 7 points, and Caden Wilson with 8 points. So they do have some good young players. They're just maybe a year or two away from contending for the league championship here. In goal, we're likely to see Aiden Shaw. He's played all of the minutes for the Spirit this year, all 24 games with a 5-win, 17-loss, and 2-tie record to his credit. We'll take a break. We'll be back with the starting lineups and the opening face-off. You're watching Kansas City Stars High School Hockey. Starting lineup for the Stars this evening will be the line of Justin Schuessler, Ben Grant, and Oliver Sanders on defense. The Brodies, Hicks and Jensen. And I'm not sure yet who's going to be starting in goal. As soon as I find out, I'll let you know. They do not do a traditional announcement of the starting lineup before the game, so as soon as the warm-up's over, which they're just concluding right now, we're going to get right to hockey, and we'll have that opening face-off for you here in just a moment. Teams getting their final instructions from their coaches. We'll be underway in just a moment. As I mentioned, these teams have played twice in the regular season, the Stars winning both those games, and twice at the Stings Like a Bee tournament last month, the Stars winning both those games as well. Stars will be the home team, being the higher seed. They'll be wearing their red sweaters, red breezers, red socks with the blue and white trim. The Spirit wearing their white sweaters, black breezers, white socks with the black and red trim. Referee at center ice, he's ready to go. He's waiting for the Spirit to get their players up here for the face-off, and it will be Small taking the face-off. Correction, that will be Rowe taking the face-off opposite Sanders. And we're underway. Opening round of the Mid-America High School Hockey League Varsity Playoffs. The Stars and the Spirit. Spirit control the puck. Pass across to Lothar, sends it in. Crow chases after it. Got Strupp getting toward the net. Good play by Hicks to knock the puck away. Strupp gets it back. Back behind the net. Comes up the boards. The Stars come away with it. Here's Grant with it. Grant trying to get around the defender. Good play by Landwehr. Puck comes over near side boards. Out of the zone. Strupp off his stick. Grabbed there by Spiker. Spiker overskates it, now plays it ahead. Grabbed there by Small and played across to Landwehr. Long pass ahead, good play up to Shaw. Here's Crow with a shot, shot right on, and it's going to be held there by Weddlestedt. First shot on goal of the game goes to the Spirit. 58 seconds in. Caleb Weddlestedt getting the start for the Stars in goal. And Aiden Shaw in goal for the Spirit. face-off, puck tied up at the top of the circle. One of the players lost their stick. Reuter with it behind the net. Reuter chips up the boards, gets up to Riggs. Riggs to Gorder, overskates it. Spirit get it back and send it back in. It's going to roll in on Weddlestedt. He leaves it there for Emily. Emily up to Gorder, pass behind him. Gorder in control, sent back in. Emily with it, banks it off the boards. Too far, Allball with it. Allball circles in his own zone. Flips it up ahead to Byergen. Now played across by the Stars. Hicks couldn't reach it. Byergen with it. Had it roll off the stick, top of the circle. Puck loose in front of the net. Now squirts to the corner. Johnson sends it through the slot, but the Stars come away with it. Here's Jackson Riggs up the left wing side. Riggs trying to get around the defender. Nice play by Landwehr. Puck along the boards in the corner. Hard to see down in this corner from this angle here, down at the community ice. Reuter with a shot that was blocked. Reuter gets it back. The Spirit able to play it to the corner. Alba, or Burgayan rather, took one off the leg, and he's slow to get to the bench. Now Gorder with it. Gorder with a shot. Save made. Puck to the corner. Riggs couldn't get his stick on it. Now it comes out of the zone. A spiker it up. It did come out, and the Stars will have to clear the zone. Alba behind the net. Alba reverses it up near side. Big hit along the boards. That was by Glendenning. Tillery keeping it in. Spirit not able to clear it out. Stars doing a good job keeping it in. Schimmel was in there. Swan with it. Tried to get it to Schimmel. Off his stick to the end wall. Centered it right out in front. Kept in at the point by Hicks. Hicks sends it around back behind the net. The puck comes up near side into the corner. Up the boards. Kept in by Swan. He'll swing it back down in the corner, back behind the net. Ligris back there with Glendenning. Puck kicked to the corner. That's Burrell with it. Burrell chips it up the boards and played out of the zone by Wilson. Back to get it as Tillery had it taken away by Wilson. He gets hit. Wilson will catch up to it in the corner, send it right out in front, but Schimmel was there for the Stars. Comes back to Wilson. Here's a shot, pad save. Puck came right out in front, still loose. Another shot by Wilson, and I think Weddlestedt might have got a piece of that. Stars get it out of the zone. One couple players got tied up right in front of the Stars bench. Now here's Swan with it. Got Glendenning cutting toward the net. Swan lost it and gets it back. Landwehr comes away with it for the Spirit. Pass ahead. And the Spirit fan down the pass, and Stars send it back in behind the net. Puck comes up near side corner along the boards. Bouncing puck in front of the net. Played ahead. Still in the zone. Glendenning swings one toward the net and fired it off the glass. Back behind the net. Grabbed there by Landwehr. Landwehr skates it through, plays it off the boards. Trying to catch up to himself. Will do so down in the corner. Landwehr going end to end with the puck still behind the net. Chips it ahead, takes a bump along the boards. Crow had it, not able to keep it in, and the puck comes back out to center, where it's picked up there by Stroup. Stroup, long pass intercepted by Sanders, but he couldn't take it in the zone as Stutzler was still in. Ahead, Stroup with it. Intercepted by Grant. Grant off the boards will send it back in behind the goal, and we'll have a whistle for an icing against the Stars. That'll bring the face-off back in the Stars' end. 10:21 to play. Opening period, first round of the Mid-America High School Hockey League Varsity Tournament. Coming to you from the Independence Ice Center in Independence, Missouri. Off the face-off, controlled by the Spirit. Deflected off a puck. Jensen plays it ahead. Burrow keeps it in. He'll swing it toward the net. Pad save made by Weddlestedt behind the net. Johnson chips at it. Puck going up near side. Johnson sent it right through the goal crease. Burrow will play it off the boards and swing it toward the net. Stick save. Back behind the net. Puck squirts out in front of the goal, and the Stars come away with it. Jensen trying to get it ahead to Grant off his stick. A nice defensive play. And now we got a whistle as we had Emily and Emily and Burrow looked like they got their equipment tied up, and now they get untangled there, and we'll have a face-off. It'll be, see where they're going to have the face-off. They're going to bring it outside the zone. In fact, they're going to bring it out to center. I heard the whistle, wasn't quite sure what it was, and I saw two players had their equipment tangled up. We saw that earlier in the JV game that preceded this one between the Stars JV and the Midmo JV team. A couple players got their helmets locked up. Spiker had it roll off the stick, comes back and picks it up himself, lays it across to Emily. Emily into the zone, but picked up there by Albaugh. Albaugh skates in front of his own net, still with the puck. Now we'll circle it behind the goal. Albaugh back over to Cartwright. Cartwright with it. Off the boards. Emily keeps it in. Sends it along the board. Clearing attempt held in by the Stars. Puck ends up down in the corner. Albaugh with it there. Puts it ahead. Emily kept it in momentarily. Now nice play by Ergen to get it out of the zone. Reuter had it. Gets it ahead to Gorder. Gorder. Over back to Reuter. Sends it right through the slot area off a stick. And the Spirit will get it out of the zone. Here's a nice hustle play by Wilson. Tillery and Wilson along the boards in the corner. Puck squirts out. Tillery comes away with it. Stars have a 4-on-2. Ahead to Spiker. Up the right wing side. He's got two players cutting toward that. Leads it for Reed. He's right on foot. And they score! It was Gorder who knocks it in. Jimmy Gorder gets the goal with 8:40 to play, and the Stars have taken a 1-0 lead. The original save was made by Shaw. The puck came out to Gorder. He knocks it in, and the Stars are on the board first. Tillery getting the assist on the goal. Off the face-off, here's Schimmel with it. Schimmel down in the corner. Puck right ahead along the board. Hard to see down in that corner here from this angle. Pass ahead is intercepted, but off a stick. Stroup with it. Stroup up the right wing side into the Star zone. Over to Crow. Off a stick, and the puck ends up wide of the goal. Crow gets it back. Gets knocked off the puck. Schimmel. And Stroup into the boards. Hicks has it up to Glendenning. Too far for him. Landwehr will chip it back into the Stars' end. Now played off the boards. Glendenning couldn't control it. Landwehr just inside the blue line. Now sends it across. Here's a pass over. Stroop intercepted by Glendenning. Glendenning. Left wing side across into the center. Here's Schimmel with a shot. Save made. Puck loose out in front. Cleared out of danger by the Spirit, but kept in the zone. Now here's a deflection. Crow in. Crow with a shot, and he scores. Jackson Crow to the backhand. Beats Weddlestedt to the 5-hole. And the Spirit have tied it at 1-1 with 7:37 to play in the opening period. This all started with a shot that was deflected by Colt Crow. It'll be an unassisted goal. It was deflected by Crow. He chased after it, got to it first, went to the backhand and beats Weddlestedt 5-hole. And the Spirit have tied this game up. Now here's Ergen with it. Gets it to puck was just wide of the goal. He got it to Higdon. Sent it in toward the net. Bad save by Weddlestedt. Ergen with it. Higdon tried to get it back to Ergen. Was off the mark. Stars not able to control it. Here's a chance for Springfield right out in front off the pad. Weddlestedt back on the Stars. 3-on-2. Grant leaves it for Reuter. Reuter had it blocked by Small. The puck along the boards. Reuter backhands it down in the corner. Ergen comes away with it for the Spirit. Taken over by Grant. Grabbed there by the Spirit. Landwehr. Up the right wing side. Carries it into the Star zone. Avoids a check. Landwehr sends it in. Weddlestedt makes the save. Intercepted by Carey. Sent around behind the net. Emily will get there first for the Stars. The puck rolling on his end. He'll flip it ahead. Glove down by Schutzler, but a nice defensive play by Cartwright. On the way, here's Schutzler with a chance. Schutzler wrists one just wide of the goal. Now sent in toward the net, wide, behind the net, comes up the boards. Tillery hustling down to get it. Gets there before Cartwright. Tillery with it. Trying to control it. Chips it up the boards. Carey and Spiker. There, Spiker plays it around. It'll be cupped in by Hicks at the point. Hicks takes it to the forehand. Trying to get it down low to Riggs off his stick. The puck ends up behind the net. Cartwright overskates it. Centering pass. Spiker was there, but the pass out of his reach. Springfield able to clear it. Chipped off the boards by Burrow. Tillery chasing after for the Stars with Burrow on the forecheck. Kept in at the point. Here's Burrow with the puck in the high point. Poked off the stick. Nice play by Spiker. Spiker gets it back. His pass hit the skate of Burrow. Springfield regains possession and sends it back into the Stars' end where Brody Hicks will skate it back in front of his own net. Pass too far for Spiker. Ligers behind the net. Puts on the brakes. Reverses it far side. Gets it ahead to Lothen. Lothen. He'll skate it ahead. Out of the zone. Tries to get around a defender. Then sends it in. And then that's going to be an icing call against the Spirit. 5:12 to play opening period. Each team with a goal. So far, this young Springfield team playing with a lot of hustle. Playing with a lot of really playing well here in this opening period. Now from the top of the circle, there's a shot deflected to the corner. Flipped up by Frito. Down in the corner. That's Strout with a shot right on, and puck loose in front, but Shaw puts the glove down and covers it up. Face off to the right of the Springfield goal. Backhander off the face-off. Morton sent it just wide. Grabbed there by Springfield. Can't see who that is. Get it to Landwehr. He gets it out of the zone. Try to get it to Strout. Glendenning not able to keep it in. Emily will fire it in around behind the net. Frito chases up to it. Gets it ahead to Lothen. Out of the zone. Emily back in the zone end. Will skate it behind the net. Emily with a couple of forecheckers on it. Gets it out of the zone. Back of the blue line is Small. Plays it over to Landwehr. Will bank it off the boards to Strout. Strout over to Crow. Crow will send it wide of the goal. The puck caroms along the boards. Lothen over to Strout. He gets bumped off the puck. It comes right back to him off the carom. Good play by Jensen to get it for the Stars. The puck went right through the goal crease. Morton with it. Morton with a nice pass up ahead to Glendenning. Glendenning up the left wing side with Schimmel. Glendenning puts on the brakes. Had to send it toward the net. That was deflected. And the puck ends up over the glass and out of play. Well, the Springfield team certainly not playing like the team the Stars saw earlier this year, beating them twice in the regular season, twice in the tournament in Louisville last month. I hear the chance for Higdon, but the Stars able to get it back off the Landwehr. Here's the chance for Schutzler. Schutzler trying to skate through players. Schutzler knocked Johnson down. Puck ended up underneath him. Sanders digs it out of the pile, gets it over to Reuter along the boards. He gets bumped there by Small. Puck loose at the bottom of the circle. Small comes away with it for Springfield. Gets it up to Higdon, but the Stars get it back. Here's a pass over to Grant. Grant backhands it down. Landwehr grabs it behind the net. Landwehr skates it up to Higdon. Try to get it back to Landwehr, but a good play by Sanders. Now a loose puck at center. The Stars come away with it. Sanders couldn't control it. Byerden comes away with it. Byerden's shot, and that's deflected high up over the glass. Face off to the left of Stars goalie Caleb Weddlestedt. Stars control it. The lineman ends up on the ice. Hicks with the puck behind the net. Hicks skating it ahead for Gorder. Gorder not able to clear it, kept in. Off the stick of Jensen, it went in on net, and Whittlestead had to play it. Now the Stars get it back to center, where Albaugh has it. Albaugh with a nice move. Nearly had it poked away by Riggs. Spiker gets it. Centered it, but nobody there for the Stars. The puck went underneath the pads of Shaw. Behind the net, Albaugh gets it up to Burrow. This pass was deflected, but gets out of the zone. The Stars regroup. Riggs with it. Riggs being harassed by Burrow. Gets around one defender. Burrow ends up with a puck had it tangled up in his feet. Now regains possession and sends it back behind the net. As Springfield makes a couple of changes now. Hicks got knocked down by Burrow on a nice check. A shot by Lothen. Wide of the goal. Hicks plays it up. Hicks gets it back for the Stars. Pass behind Gorder. Out of the zone. Cartwright circles it back near his own blue line. Intercepted by Spiker. Spiker with a nice move. Still with the puck. Good play by Crota. Lifts his stick, but Spiker still with it. Threw it right in on goal. The puck ends up at the side of the net. Played up the boards. Burrow will backhand it out, and Hicks will glove it down there. Banks it off the boards. Poked ahead by Schimmel up to Gorder. Gorder. His shot was deflected off the stick and wide. Lothen will get there first. Sends it back behind the net, now in the corner. It's Albaugh with it. Albaugh to Burrow. Burrow fires it out of the zone back into the Stars' end where Brody Jensen will retreat to get it to Emily. Here's Emily. Emily will try to send it in. We're down to a minute to play in the period. Puck bouncing in front. It was over to Glendenning with a shot. Save made. Puck at the side of the net. Good chance there for Weston Glendenning, but a nice save by Aiden Shaw. Now sent back down. It's going to go wide of the goal, and we'll have a whistle for an icing with 44 and 4/10 to play in this first period. Good scoring opportunity for Weston Glendenning, but a nice save by Aiden Shaw. Face off to the right of Shaw. Back along the board, strip ahead. Emily able to keep it in. Now the puck comes out of the zone. It'll be picked up there by Reuter. Reuter backhands it ahead up to Glendenning. Glendenning has Schimmel and Swan. Glendenning will leave it for Swan. Swan had it poked off his stick, gets it back. Plays it down low. Puck comes back to the point. Reuter will tee one up, partially fanned down. It comes back to Reuter. He'll send one toward the net. The puck ended up behind the goal. And Springfield gets it out of the zone and back into the Stars' end. Schimmel with it, under 10 seconds to play in the period. Back to Reuter. Reuter sends it back behind the net. Schimmel will pick it up there. Up the board for Swan. And the time will expire, ending the first period. And our score, at the end of one period, it's the Kansas City Stars 1, the Springfield Spirit 1. We'll take a quick break. We'll be back for the second period. You're watching Kansas City Stars High School Hockey. About to get underway for the second period. It's Mid-America High School Hockey League playoff action between the Kansas City Stars and the Springfield Spirit. Each team with a goal in that first period. It was Jimmy Gorder starting the scoring with 8:40 to play in the period, knocking in a rebound off a shot by Jackson Tillery. And then with 7:37 to play, Jackson Crow in on a partial breakaway to the backhand, beats Whittlestead, and that tied it at 1. Shots on goal by my count, 7 for the Stars, 7 for the Spirit. No penalties in this period, and we'll start the second period with both teams at full strength. Off the face-off, Stars control it. Tillery with it. Stars moving left to right here in this second period. Landwehr will carry it behind his own net. Now brings it out near side. Overskates it momentarily. Kept in by Tillery at the point. His shot was blocked and cleared out of the zone. And we'll have an icing call against the Spirit. Face-off back in the Spirit end. not putting the shots on goal up on the scoreboard, so I'm going to go by my count. Springfield had more shots earlier in the period. The Stars with some shots there toward the end to even it up. Tillery out the face-off. His shot was blocked. The puck sitting at the top of the circle. Sanders gets it. He'll send it toward the net. That was blocked. Puck loose from the Stars. Now right out front. Here's Schutzler with it. Schutzler trying to bank it in off Shaw. It comes back to Schutzler. Schutzler plays it across, but it was off a stick. Nice play by, who was that? Wilson. Behind the net, Cartwright with it. Swings it around the boards, Albaugh. Gathers it up and skates it behind the net, now brings it out near side. Cross-ice pass for Burrow. Burrow waits for Wilson. Wilson will skate it into the Star zone up the right wing side. Shot save made, the puck comes across, Cartwright keeps it in at the point, sends it down low. Intercepted by Tillery. And back come the Stars the other way. Tillery with a nice move, lost the puck as he carried it in the zone, and that's going to create an offsides. Well, Tillery made one too many moves there and didn't have the puck in the zone, and teammates not able to stay on side, so the faceoff will come outside the Springfield zone. Briggs on the faceoff, wins it back to Emily. Emily to Spiker. Spiker sends it in around behind the net. Ligris picks it up there for the Spirit, taken away by Spiker, but Ligris with a nice job to get the puck back, gets it ahead to Lothen. His pass is deflected. There's a tripping on Riggs, and the Stars are going to get a power play. 13:22 to play in the second period. Luke Ligers to the box, 2 minutes for tripping. Time of the penalty, 1:38. And the Stars on the fireball power play for the first time in this game. All Stars fireball power play. Now here's a chance for Strout. Strout, all along, lost the puck. He tried to take it to the backhand. He wasn't in quite clean and not able to get it to the backhand. Back the other way come the Stars up to Riggs. Riggs will have to chase it down with Landwehr. Riggs sends it around the boards. Gorder not able to keep it in. And the Stars will have to reset. A good play by Strout, but Gorder comes away with it. Gorder leaves it for Spiker. Back to Gorder. Tried to play it back. It was off a stick. Riggs with it at the point. Riggs backhands it around to Spiker. Spiker nearly lost it. There comes the Riggs. Here's Riggs to the forehand. Gets tied up in front of the net. Good play by Springfield to get the puck out of danger. Jensen plays it, chopped down by a couple of players. Puck still loose. Schimmel trying to get it to the forehand. The puck tied up there, and Springfield will come away with it and clear it out of the zone with a minute left on the power play. As I was saying, the fireball power play, the preferred Cinemanisky for all Kansas City Stars high school hockey parents. Here's a pass off Grant. Landry will send it back to center. Spiker over to Jensen. Jensen overskated it. Puck looks like it's bouncing a little bit on these players. Some of them are having trouble controlling the puck, and I've seen it on both sides. Schussler's pass was deflected off the stick. Schussler gets it back. Schussler gets around the defender, carries it in. 30 left on the power play. Schussler trying to get around another defender. Grant with the puck for the Stars. Grant behind the net, looking for a pass. Back to the point. Glenn Denning sends it toward the net, wide of the goal. Schussler along the boards near side. Schussler spins around there, had it knocked off his stick, and cleared out of the zone by the Spirit with 10 seconds left on the penalty. Karsten Reuter back behind his net. Now we'll bring it out long, pass up to Schutzler. Penalty's over. Here's Grant with it. Grant with a nice move. Grant with it. Right through the goal crease and just wide of the goal. Spirit back at full strength. Schutzler down to Gorder. Grant sends it to the side of the net. Springfield comes away with it and clears it out of the zone. Couldn't see who that was. Reuter back for it for the Stars. A good scoring opportunity by Grant. A shot that went right through the goal crease. Now here's the steal right on front. A pass across, but Higdon couldn't quite catch up to it. Kept in by Ergen. Ergen with a shot, and that'll be gloved and held by Caleb Weddlestedt. Stars getting a little sloppy with the puck in their own zone, and Springfield nearly taking advantage of the turnover. Back at the other end, a good chance for Ben Graham, but his shot went right through the goal crease and was just wide on the far side post. Tillery off the boards, up the border, off the stick. Grabbed there by Cartwright. Off the skate of Wilson. Riggs with it. Riggs soccered it ahead to Burrow. Riggs tried to play it, and then the puck ended up carrying him off the stick. Now Gorder doing a good job. Kept into the point by Hicks. Down to Riggs. Riggs lost it, had a stick lifted. Puck loose in the high slot area. Bouncing down, Spiker with the glove, settles it down, tried to get it to Gorder. Chipped ahead, now the puck's still loose. And grabbed there by Springfield, ahead to Carey. Off his stick. Spiker backhands it into the Springfield zone, but Allball will spin it right back out. Riggs fires it in around behind the net. Stars clear the zone. Down along the boards, it's Spiker and Carey. Gorder sends it in deep. Wilson back around behind the net. Burrow, he takes a hit by Riggs. Hicks at it. Try to get it back to Riggs. The puck loose in the slot area. There's Tillery with a shot right on. Puck loose in front of the net. Wilson had it, lost it. Gorder backhand toward the net. Here's Riggs with a chip. Puck loose out in front, and he scores! Riggs took the shot. The rebound came out. I believe it went on the stick of Spiker. And the Stars have taken a 2-1 lead with 9:28 to play in the second period. Truett Spiker picking up the goal from Jackson Riggs. With 9:28 to play here in the second period. Porter also getting an assist on that goal. Comes at the 5:32 mark of the second period. The Stars regain the lead, but here's a chance for the Spirit. Puck right out in front, knocked away. Good play by the Stars to get the puck out of danger and out of the zone. Ligris back at his own blue line. Banks it off the boards. Bouncing puck grabbed there by Crow. Here's Crow with Strout. Crow with that shot. And that'll be gloved and held by Weddlestedt. Face off to the left of the Stars goal. Bouncing puck with a shot right on 6-8. Puck came right out in front. Now played behind the net. Along the boards, it's Stroup and Swan. Sticks getting a little high along the glass there, and the Stars get it out of the zone. Frito will chase after it with Morton on the forecheck. Good hustle by Morton, but Frito able to get there first. Kept in momentarily by Schimmel, but good play by Strout. Gets it ahead to Crow. Waffle board saved by Weddlestedt. Still in the Stars end. Back behind the net, Emily. Up for Swan, up the near side board. Swan ahead to Schimmel. Schimmel will carry it up, right wing side. Schimmel into the zone, trying to make a move on the defender. Knocks the defender down. Small with it. Banks it off the boards. Kept in by Jensen. He'll send it toward the net. And it'll skate. Puck right on front. Over the board. He shoots. And the save made by Shaw. Great opportunity there for Robert Morton. But a fine save by the Springfield goalie, Aiden Shaw. Morton looking for his first of the year. Nearly had it right there. Face out to the left of Shaw. 8:08 to play in the second period. Back to the point, it's played around behind the net. It's Landwehr and Schutzler there. Up the boards by Ergen. By with it. By skates it through into the Stars end. By Tried to get it back to Johnson to the back end. Now swings it toward the net, sent it wide of the goal. Schutzler grabs it up there. Puck back behind the net. Reuter plays up near side. Intercepted right out in front, but the Stars able to clear it away. Schutzler trying to poke out the stick, so with the puck. Puck not into the zone. The Stars will have to reset. Schutzler stubs Higdon down. Puck behind him. Schutzler didn't see it. Now plays it across to Reuter. Quickly up to Grant, who chips it into the zone, gets it past Small. Landwehr behind the net. Landwehr will carry it out. Landwehr sends it in. Puck comes up to the side of the net, and Whittlestead will put the glove down and cover it up. Whittlestead not taking any chances. Just past the midway point of regulation. Winner of this game will play the Knights tomorrow night over at Cable Dahmer Arena on the big ice, the bowl. Porter with it, out of the zone, Cartwright spins it back down, Carey with it, had it taken away by Gorder. Jimmy Gorder to Spiker. In the zone, Spiker skates it along the blue line, tried to set it in. Wilson was there to block that. Cartwright picks up the loose puck for the Spirit. Cartwright gets tied along the boards, comes away with it. Over skates it, but able to play it back to the Stars' blue line, where Truett Spiker will grab it there for the Stars. Spiker to Gorder. Nice pass to Riggs in the zone. Riggs trying to make a move. Riggs with a nifty move! Nifty little move. He beats Shaw to make it 3-1 with 6:23 to play. Spiker and Gorder will get assists on that goal. As Riggs made a nice move around the defenseman and then wristed it past Shaw on the glove side. Face-off control by Burrow. Here's Burrow, Edinburgh with a nice move, still with the puck. Sends it in, save made. Oh, the puck squirted loose, but they blew the whistle. And we're going to have a penalty. This is going to be against Elijah Strout. I saw the referee point is going to be a roughing call. That penalty coming at the 8:46 mark of the second period. So the Stars will go back on the fireball power play for the second time in this game. Unable to convert on their first opportunity. Sanders gets it to Grant off the faceoff. Grant with the puck. Grant along the blue line gets it down to Schutzler. Schutzler skates it from the circle. Here's a shot and a save made. It was off the blocker and up over the glass and out of play. Schutzler skating in, really no one defending him. He skated right down to the faceoff circle and lifted a shot, but Shaw able to get the blocker on it and deflect it over the glass. Grant back to Schutzler off the face-off. Schutzler looking for room, shot blocked, puck loose in the slot area, grabbed there by Cartwright. Backhands it deflected, but Johnson will send it the length of the ice behind the net. Whittlestead leaves it there for Reuter. Burrow on the forecheck. Burrow gets a stick on it, but Reuter able to get it ahead to Grant. Grant had it knocked off his stick. Grabbed there by Landwehr. Tried to send it the length of the ice, but Reuter stepped in front of that. Now Reuter carries it back into the zone, drops it for Sanders. Sanders sends it down low off the stick of Landwehr. Landwehr grabs it up and fires it down. Minute 10 left on the penalty. Reuter takes a bump by Burrow. Try to get it to Sanders. Here's a play by Logan. His shot off the stick of Whittlestead. Back up to Grant as the Stars try to bring it ahead. Burrow with a big hit on Grant. Burrell's a lot bigger than Grant. Grant felt the blunt of that hit. Stars still trying to get the puck in the zone. Now Grant brings it in. Grant with a shot. Landwehr blocked that to the corner. Played up the boards. Landwehr comes away with it for the Spirit. They carry it out of the zone. Gets around Spiker. Landwehr with a nice move. Still with the puck. Sends it in. Stick save. Puck to the corner. You know, we talked about Landwehr in the pregame. He can skate it end to end and just showed you what he could do right there. Now a pass ahead. Gorder with Schimmel. Gorder into the zone. Gorder with a move behind the net. Try to stump it in. Puck at the side of the net. Comes back to Gorder. Gorder with a wrister. Puck down in front of the net and covered up by Shaw just as the penalty expires. And we'll have a face off to the left of the goal. Springfield back at full strength. 4:13 to play, second period. Stars with a 3-1 lead. Winner of this game will play the Kansas City Knights tomorrow night over at Cable Dahmer Arena. Off the face-off, Stars control it. Morton tried to play it across. It was off the stick of Johnson, sent back in by Emily. The Stars will have to clear the zone. That'll give Springfield an opportunity. The puck was overskated. I'll pass off the stick of Johnson. Reuter has it. Back for Emily. Emily getting in ahead to Morton. Morton with a nice pass across to Reuter. Here's Reuter, and Reuter with a shot with the flex to the corner. Landwehr picks it up there for the Spirit. Gets tied up along the boards by Reuter. Reuter comes away with it, throw it right out front. His shot with us. Swan with a shot rather. Send it high over the glass. Landwehr banks it off the boards and out of the zone. Back into the Stars' end. Seton Swan gathers it up there. Skates it ahead, gets through a couple of defenders, still with it, gets hauled down. Still in the zone, Glendenning keeping it in. Loose puck, Morton able to keep it in the zone over to Glendenning. Glendenning is tied up along the boards by Small. Glendenning sockers it ahead. Now we got a whistle, and we're going to have a penalty coming up. And this is going to go against, looks like it's going to go against the Stars. Going to be Seton Swan going to the box. There'll be a holding call. Time of the penalty, 11:41, and Springfield will get their first power play of the game. Bring the face-off back into the Stars' end. Burrell steps into the circle. He'll face off against Oliver Sanders for the Stars. Up tied up in the Stars control it, not able to clear it, kept in by Small at the point. Small sends it toward the net, that deflects off the end board. Landwehr not able to keep it in, and the Stars get it out of the zone. Now play it across here. Here's that Small back to Burrell. Burrell will skate it in. Burrell with a nice move, still with the puck. Sends it toward the net, he scores! Burrell with a wrister. That beats Weddlestead. Springfield's made it 3-2 with 2:53 to play in the second period. A power play goal as Burrell took what was kind of an innocent shot, but there was definitely a screen there. Weddlestead did not see it, and the puck beat him on the glove side about waist high. Springfield's cut the Stars' lead to 3-2.
Let's go, Stars!
Off the face-off, Emily bouncing puck goes into the zone. A couple players not able to control it. Clearing attempt with a Star, but the Spirit able to get it. Emily back out of the zone. Johnson chips the header, rather. I'm sorry, that's Wilson. Loose puck in the spot area, but the Stars. Jensen comes away with it. Jensen skates it into the zone. Jensen with a shot wide of the goal. Puck carries up far side board. Out of the zone. Here's a breakaway chance for Strout. He overskated the puck, and Jensen able to get back and knock it away. Emily with it. Emily avoids one defender. Backhand pass intercepted by Strout. Sent back into the Stars' end, and that'll be whistled for an icing. Face off back in the Springfield end, 2:11 to play. second period. Stars with a 3-2 lead against a very feisty Springfield team. Off the boards, it's back to the point, Tillery. Down to Spiker. Spiker lost the puck, chipped up the boards. Porter ends up with it. Tried to get it back to Riggs off a stick. Spirit come away with it. Reuter able to keep it in. Riggs in to help out. The puck still in the zone. Riggs kicking at it. Several players. Puck still tied up in their feet inside the zone. Now it skirts outside the blue line. Porter backhands it to Reuter. Reuter with a nice move. Brings it back inside. Backhand pass. Tried to get it to Riggs out of his reach. Riggs and Ligris in the corner. The puck. Riggs with it to Spiker. Off his stick. Riggs gets it back to the point to Reuter. Back down low off the stick of Riggs. Spiker in the corner. Chips it over to Riggs. They try to make a move. Had it taken away. Reuter. Reuter comes away with it. Reuter getting around one defender and had it knocked off his stick. Burrow will pick it up there for the Spirit. And they'll bring it out 3-on-2. Nice play by Riggs to intercept the pass. Here comes Riggs back in the zone. Oh, a big hit at center as Riggs gets knocked down. Off the boards, we're now under a minute to play. Here's Tillery sending it into the zone. Grabbed there by Frito. Frito flips it ahead, trying to get it to Burrow. But Burrow knocked it down with a high stick. And we're going to have a whistle. That'll bring the face-off back in. The Springfield end with 46 and 5/10 to play in the second period. Oh, a big hit there with Jackson Riggs, and he just only playing a few games back since breaking his collarbone before the holidays. I'm sure his parents are wincing a little bit there on that hit. Off the face-off, Schutzler. Over to Riggs, the fans on the shot. Or sorry, that was Hicks. Clearing attempt hit the referee. Schutzler comes away with it, backhanded down low off the stick. Here's a chance for Grant! And the puck deflected up over the glass and out of play. Good scoring chance for Ben Grant, but Shaw might have got a piece of that and deflected it over the glass and into the net. Controlled by Springfield off the face off to Higdon. Higdon backhands it out of the zone. Here's Johnson with it, but he had to go behind him. Byergen with a shot, and that'll be gobbled up by Weddlestedt. We'll have a face-off in the Stars end with 20 and 3/10 to play in the period. Off the face-off. Stars come away with it. Here's Grant. Grant trying to get around the defender. Hit it ahead to Schutzler off his stick. Sanders will chase it down in the corner. Tried to throw it in the slot area, but knocked away there by Springfield by Byergen. Off the right wing side by Byergen. Trying to take it wide. Looking to cut to the front of the net. Throws it right out in front. The puck came out loose, but the Stars come away with it just as the buzzer expires, ending the period. And it looks like we're going to have a penalty call as time expired. Not sure it's going to be on, but as soon as we know, we'll let you know. But the period has come to the end, and our score at the end of two periods, the Kansas City Stars 3, the Springfield Spirit 2. We're going to take a break for about 10 minutes, and we'll be back to the third period. You're watching Kansas City Stars high school hockey. Teams about ready to get back on the ice as we prepare for the third period. It's the Mid-America High School Hockey League Varsity Tournament coming to you from the community ice at Cable Dahmer Arena. The Stars with a 3-2 lead. Today's broadcast brought to you by Clarkson Construction, a Midwest leader in delivering innovative solutions for some of the region's largest infrastructure projects. By Global Earthworks and Underground, more than 12 years of mission-critical experience providing expert site utilities, mass excavation, and paving services. And by Crown Realty, family-owned and operated since 1973, the oldest and largest independent real estate firm in the area. We want to thank our sponsors for their support of Kansas City Stars hockey. Well, the Stars have the 3-2 lead. Stars made it 2-1 with 9:28 to play in the second period. It was Stuart Spiker getting the goal, assisted by Jackson Riggs. And then with 6:23 to play, Riggs made it 3-1 as he made a nice move around the defenseman and wristed a shot past Aiden Shaw. Spiker and Gorder getting assists on that goal. But on the power play with 2:53 to play, it was Bryce Burrow with a wrist shot from the blue line that Weddlestedt really didn't see due to a screen, and that made it 3-2, and that's where we stand right now as we head into the third period. There was a penalty at the end of that second period, a hooking call to the Stars' Brody Hicks. So the Stars will start the period short-handed. And as I mentioned, Springfield able to convert on their first power play. Shots on goal for 2 periods by my count, 17 for the Spirit, 15 for the Stars. A lot of banging of sticks and boards as we're underway. Cartwright grabbing it there, circling back in the neutral zone. Over to Landwehr, he'll carry it into the Stars' end. Puts on the brakes at the top of the circle. Gets the Caron back to himself with a puck behind the net over to Cartwright. Cartwright overskates it. Puck played down, Landwehr battling Reuter for it. Cartwright comes away with it for the Spirit. Nifty little move right out in front. Puck loose. Here's a backhander by Burrow. Puck in the side of the net. Save made by Weddlestedt. Burrow comes away with it. Cartwright spun it toward the net and sent it right through the goal crease. By Ergen with the puck along the boards, but Riggs doing a nice job, and the Stars able to clear the zone. Pass played across, grabbed there by Small. Small up the right wing side, sends it into the zone off the boards. Cartwright grabs it there, sends it back behind the net. Reuter will pick up the puck. Reuter put the body on Cartwright. Puck swirls along the boards. Reuter had it and lost it, now gets it back. Reuter in the corner, under a minute left in the penalty. Up the boards, Burrow will keep it in along the board, try to get it back to the point, fanned on it, and had it knocked off the stick. Ends up with it, soccered out of the zone by Spiker. Spiker on the forecheck on Allball. I'm not sure Allball saw him, but able to avoid him. Gets it up to Burrow, who sends it around behind the net, and the puck will come up the near side boards. Reuter has it there. Reuter banks it back into the Spirit end. Ligris behind him over to Allball, carries it in. Reuter lost a stick, deflects it back behind the net with a skate. Stars come away with it. Here's Spiker. Spiker will hoist at the length of the ice with 15 left on the penalty. Left there for Ligris, the Springfield captain, up to Straub. Straub into the zone. Straub going wide. Here's a shot. Save made. The puck came right out in front. Stars clear. Here's another shot that went just wide. Weddlestedt was sliding across the crease, was a little bit out of position. Now the puck in the zone. Here's a backhander. And a save made as Weddlestedt got the save across. He tried to cover it up, but the puck squirted underneath his glove. And the Spirit with a couple of chances right there. Penalty's over. The Stars back at full strength. Played out of the zone. Frito gets it there over to Straub. Straub had to wait for one of his players to get onside. Shot. Save made. The puck came right out in front, but the Stars able to clear it out of danger. Spun back in the zone by Springfield as the puck now in the corner. Spiker with it. Spiker's pass. Frito has it, but outside the zone. Springfield will have to clear. Emily with it for the Stars. Nice little move. Gets his own pass. Gets it up to Swan. Here's Swan. Going wide on Lothen. Backhanded it wide of the goal. Johnson. His backhander kept in by Schimmel. Schimmel with a nice move, but had it knocked off his stick. Swan with it for the Stars. Tried to give it for Hicks, but he was out of the zone. And the puck outside the blue line sent back in by Glendenning. Allball with the puck. Skated right through the goal crease. Now plays it ahead. It goes the length of the ice, and we'll have an icing call against the Stars. Looks like I forgot to reset the clock, so I'll do all that with 11:53 to play. Sorry about that. We'll get the... Okay, now we got the clock set correctly. Back to the point is held in by Jensen behind the net. Glendenning there. Puck came right out front, but Byergen gets it out of the zone for the Spirit. Bouncing puck. Higdon finally able to settle it down, sends it into the Stars end. Played up by Swan. Here's Swan with the puck up left wing side, trying to slip through the defender. Lost the puck. It's kept in by Jensen, chipped it toward the net. Landwehr with it. Circles it in his own end, banks it off the boards for Higdon. Higdon banks it ahead, intercepted by Schutzler, and then played back into the Stars end. Small, or the Spirit end rather. Small with it. Small will skate it through center up the right wing side, now cuts it back. The center still with a puck, puts it toward the net. Stick save behind the net. Small chases after it himself. Centering pass to the back end, back into the slot area. And now behind the play, we're going to have a penalty. And we'll see who this is on. This is going to be, looks like it's going to be on Jimmy Gorder. I'm sorry, it's going to be on Brody Hicks. Penalty at the 4:05 mark. Springfield back on the power play for the third time in the game, and for the second time in this period. Byergen with it, down low, centered it. That was the puck carry. Now it's back to Byergen. Tried to get it to the forehand, lost the puck. Allball has to regroup and send it back in. Emily out of the zone. Allball settled it down just inside his own blue line. Allball's passed too far for Burl, and this is going to be an icing call. That's going to bring the face-off back in the Springfield end. 10:25 to play in regulation. If the game does end up tied after regulation, we will play sudden death. Just like in the Stanley Cup playoff, we play until somebody scores. There's no shootout in this tournament. Back to the penalty at Hicks. Robert Morton's in there serving the minor, so it looks like they gave Hicks a 2 and a 10. Morton in the box right now, and another icing call against Springfield. I didn't catch the 10-minute misconduct to Hicks, so yeah. That usually accompanies a boarding call. Because of when the penalty occurs, I think Hicks will be done unless this game goes into overtime, and certainly the Stars would like to avoid that. Here's a shot out the face-off, and a pad save made by Shaw. Long pass up ahead off the stick of Lothan. Back out of the zone. Riggs will pick it up for the Stars. He'll send it in deep, around behind the net, near side corner. Up to Stroup. Too far for him. Tillery will fire it back in. 55 left on the penalty, being served by Morton. The penalty to Hicks. Here's Landwehr. Landwehr into the zone, had a poke off a stick. Loose puck. Grant will backhand it back into the Springfield end. The Stars wanted a penalty as Landwehr and Riggs got tied up along the boards. Pass up ahead to Allball. Allball will flip it high into the air, bounces off the board. Lothan tried to spin it toward the net. That was blocked. Lothan gets it back. Takes a hit by Jensen. Tillery putting a body on Stroup. Wilson spins it back around behind the net. 15 left on the penalty. Lothan with it there. Had it taken away. Grant will send it the length of the ice, and that should pretty much do it for the remainder of this power play. There's a chance for Tillery. The puck ended up behind him as he's doing a good job on the forecheck. Now the penalty is over. Stars back at full strength. Gorder keeping it in the zone. Sends it around behind the net. Spiker and Stroup was picked up there by Landwehr, but he overskates the puck. That was Landwehr. And now the Stars bring it in offside as Gorder hadn't quite cleared the zone. 8:38 to play in regulation. The Stars have played 4 of the 6 minutes and 22 seconds of this period on the penalty kill. so far most of the action down in the Stars end. The Stars getting a little bit undisciplined here late in the second period, early in this period. Spiker with a backhander tried to send it to the net that was blocked. Emily keeps it in, gets it down to Spiker. Spiker with a nice move. Spiker leaves it for Reuter. Reuter avoids the defender, gives it back, but the pass went underneath the stick. Nice stick lift by Spiker. Down to Gorder. Gorder back to Spiker, but poked away from the point. Here's a shot by Emily that was blocked out in front. Now another shot, and that'll be gloved and held. Or maybe it deflected up over the glass and out of play. That was the best offensive pressure we've seen so far in this third period by the Stars. Again, they played 4 minutes of this period on the penalty kill. They control the face-off. Morton had it knocked away. Now here's a chance for a 2-on-1, but a good play by Emily to get back. The puck caroms back underneath the stick of Weddlestep by Ergen down there. Higdon in there for the Spirit, but Glendenning will dig the puck out of the pile. Can't get it around the referee. Swings it around the board, almost hit the referee again. Prito keeps it in at the point, sends it toward the net, hit a skate. Puck cleared out of danger, and Seton Swan will drive it back for the Stars. Head to Glendenning off his skate. Ergen picks it up, avoids a couple of defenders, and carries it back into the Stars' end. Cuts it back to the center of the ice, had it knocked off his stick. We got a stick on the ice right in front of the net. Prito had it, lost it. Swan chasing after. Here's a good play by Morton, but the Stars were offside. Still haven't gotten back onside. Now they do. The Springfield able to get it back into the Stars' end. Jensen banks it off the boards. Cartwright back to get it for the Spirit. Cartwright plays it near side for Small. Back to Cartwright right in front of his own net. Cartwright backhands it off the boards. Tillery will fire it back in for the Stars. Allball behind the net. Brings it out near side. Skates through a couple of Stars and loses the puck. Sanders pinching in, keeps it in the zone. Being carried along the boards, picked up by Grant. Grant along the blue line, plays it across to Jensen. He'll send one toward the net, and that'll be gobbled up by Shaw. And he'll hang on to the rebound. I said on the podcast on Thursday, I said it also at the top of the broadcast here, this is a Springfield team that I think is going to get really good off the face-off. A shot that's deflected wide, the puck behind the net. Allball sends it around. Jensen will keep it in at the point. The puck rolling on end. Jensen plays it down to Schutzler. Schutzler down in front for Grant off the stick. And here comes Wilson. Back the other way for the Spirit, but a good back check, and the Stars get it out of the zone. It deflected off the stick of Cartwright, so no icing. Behind the net. Allball with it. Brings it around behind the net up the near side. Jensen will keep it into the point. He'll send it back behind the net. The puck will come around up the near side board. Pinching in is Tillery from his defensive position. Tillery protecting the puck. Trying to get it there. Still with it. Puck in right out in front. There's Jensen with a shot! And he sent it wide of the goal. The puck came out and he stepped in near the top of the circle but sent it wide. Schutzler back at his own blue line. Pass up to Sanders. Leaves it there for Grant. Puck inside the zone, but the play whistled offside, and I thought the puck was in the zone. But the referee, or the linesman rather, didn't quite see it that way and blew the whistle. So a face-off outside the Springfield zone. Now with 5:40 to play in regulation. Stars win the draw. Comes back to Reuter. Reuter at his own blue line. Schwab stepped in front of the pass. Puck deflects up onto the Stars bench. Throwing Riggs. combatants in the face-off circle. Riggs wins the draw. It's back to Reuter, up to Riggs. Riggs will send it in. Spiker pinching in down there with Small. Spiker plays it back to Gorder. Gorder sends it back down in the corner. The puck squirts out near the face-off circle. Emily keeps it into the point. Back behind the net, Small grabs it there for the Spirit. Knocked off his stick. Gorder plays it down in the corner for Riggs. Riggs tried to play it back, but Strout not able to clear it. Kept in by Reuter. He'll spin it down low off the stick of Small. Strout trying to get it. Rolled off his stick. Puck loose in the slot area. Here's a chance for Riggs, but he couldn't reach the puck, which was behind him, and now Springfield able to get the puck back out of the zone, and the Stars will have to regroup. Emily, this pass too far. Landwehr rather, will skate it back behind his own net. Reverses it far side. Landwehr with a pass too far for Lothan, and the puck will go down for an icing, bringing the face-off back in the Springfield end with 4:35 to play in regulation. Well, certainly not the kind of game I expected. I expected this one to be maybe a little bit more separation at this point by the Stars. But the Springfield Spirit have played a very inspired game. A lot of hustle, and certainly they are showing what they are going to become here. I think they're going to be a really, really good team here in the next year and the year after. Byergen lost to Swan, gets it back to Jensen. The puck squirted off a stick right in the slot area, and the Stars able to get it back out. Ligris back inside his own zone. Tried to get it off the board to Johnson. Swan keeps it in. Down to Glendenning. Glendenning plays it behind the net. Grabbed there by Higdon, but then taken away by Schimmel. Schimmel had it roll off his stick. Ligris had it knocked off his stick. Byergen behind the net, swings it around the boards for Higdon. Clear but not out. Kept in by Jensen. Jensen tips it down into the corner. Frito will get there first for Springfield. He'll play it up the boards. Swan back to the point to Jensen with a shot that was wide. Pinching down was Tillery. Swan doing a nice job rotating back on defense, and then doing a good job knocking the puck away from Johnson. But Byergen comes away with it. Pass across off the stick of Higdon, who was cutting in from the left wing side. Johnson sends it right through the goal crease. Puck up the boards. Backhanded to the blue line, kept in the zone, and spun back down. Now Schilling get out of it. With a chance for Jensen. Jensen trying to get around the defender. Nice play by Johnson to knock the puck away from him. The puck's still in the zone. One of the Springfield players knocked down. We got another penalty coming up. And I think this is going to go against the Stars. It is. We're going to have another call against. Let's see who's going to go to the box here. It's going to be Brody Jensen. I apologize. Not sure why I'm having trouble with the clock. 2:51 to play in regulation. I'll get the clock set here. Roughing the call to Brody Jensen. Time of the penalty, 12:09. Springfield back on the power play for the fourth time in this game and the third time in this period. Stars have taken a timeout. I believe the Stars have took their timeout. Roughing the call on Jensen. Face off to the right of Weddlestead. Back to the point, Small. Down low. Cartwright with it. Right in the slot area. The Stars get it and send it down. Shaw plays it up to Small. Small back in his own face-off circle. Up ahead to Burrow off the stick. Good play by Riggs to get the puck away, and he'll spin it back. Down around behind the Springfield net. Intercepted by Spiker behind the goal. Spiker on the forecheck. Has the puck, plays it back off the skate of Reuter. Byergen with the puck. Plays it across for Cartwright. Cartwright will skate it into the Stars zone. It's knocked off the puck to the corner. Reuter backhands it. It was off a stick, kept in by Small. Small takes a hit by Spiker, and the puck comes out of the zone. We're under 2 minutes to play. Here's Burrow with it, waiting for his teammates to get back on side. Now they do. Burrow plays it over to Small. Into the zone, he'll send one wide of the goal. The puck caroms up the far side to the point. Landwehr with it there, chips it off the boards. Byergen with it. They're going to send Shaw to the bench. They're bringing on the extra attacker. 6-on-4. Here's a shot. Puck loose right out in front. Another shot. Stars clear it away. Empty net at the other end is sent back down. Wide of the goal. We're down to 1:27 to play. Springfield with the extra attacker. They're skating 6-on-4 right now with 30 seconds left on the penalty. Spiker had it taken away. Here's Cartwright with it. Pass ahead. Good play by Tillery to step in front of it. Tillery sends it wide of the empty net. The puck comes all the way around the boards and sent back into the Stars end. Glendenning will pick it up there. Glendenning sends it around. Byergen keeps it in. Byergen plays it across with a chance for Cartwright. He risks one wide. Glendenning with it. He'll send it down. That'll miss the empty net. The penalty's over. The Stars are back at full strength, and they're going to whistle the Stars for an icing as they determine the icing occurred after the penalty expired, so the face-off will come back in the Stars' end with 48 and 7/10 seconds to play. Springfield with the extra attacker. So now they're going to bring, not sure why they're going to bring Shaw back in net. Now it's 5-on-5 with the face-off in the zone. The puck went just wide of the goal. Weddlestedt let it go, and that didn't miss by much. Intercepted at center. It's Wilson with it. Wilson, Schritzler doing a nice job, but Wilson gets it back. 35 seconds to play. Here's Gorder with it. Gorder taking it wide, under 30 seconds to play in the game. Battle for the puck in the corner. Stars content to let seconds milk off the clock. They're still digging at it down in the corner. Schritzler has it there. 15 seconds to play. Played around the boards. Springfield tries one last chance here. Wilson, but a nice poke check by Gorder. Gorder plays it ahead, 5 seconds to play. Send in on net, save made, puck right out in front, and played to the puck for the shot. The Stars have won it. The Stars win it by a score of 3-2. And boy, give the Springfield team a lot of credit. They played hard, and I tell you what, this team is going to be a team you're going to want to watch next year, because I think they're going to be really good. The Stars escape a game that I didn't think would be quite this close, but the Stars do win it by a score of 3-2, and they will play the Kansas City Knights tomorrow night at Cable Dahmer Arena at 6:30 p.m. in the semifinal, and we will have the game for you live on the Kansas City Stars YouTube channel. I want to thank all of you for watching tonight. Hope you enjoyed this evening's game. Once again, our final score, the Kansas City Stars 3, the Springfield Spirit 2. You've been watching Kansas City Stars High School Hockey.